Hello and welcome once again to Caversham Central. You're going to have to excuse me, I'm absolutely full of cold just in time for sort of Christmas party season, so apologies in advance for all the sniffing and all that. Anyway, last time that I posted a video, it was basically to show you the town scene and the lighting which had been put in place, and that was all good. What I've now done is added the bridges over the line and the other side, so we added a sort of a cutting effect. So hopefully you can see that reasonably well. So to start off with, the retaining walls are made by International Models and they're foam, and they're easy to cut and to some degree shape as well. I've added the obligatory bit of graffiti along the base of the walls as well, and just glued them in place with some PVA and a bit of pieces of wood every so often to attach them to. The capping stones, let's see, hopefully you can see that okay, there we go. The capping stones are made from modelscenery.com, and it's, you just print them off and wrap them around a piece of plastic card, and I think it gives a fairly realistic effect there. So that's the retaining walls. Let me just come around, you can see got a bit of a corner here, and then I'd originally had a different tunnel portal, but actually I've just cut out one of the archways in the foam wall, and that's where the trains will now enter underneath the town scene. I've still got a bit of this to do on the other side of the line. I've done it along here, as you can see, but still all round here needs to be done as well. But anyway, I've got to say I'm pretty happy with those retaining walls. I think they look pretty good. Let me know your thoughts on them, obviously. And I've also popped in a couple of bridges. Now, the bridges are just made by, I think they're at Pico. You can see them, you know, they're fairly readily available. And I painted these up a while ago and weathered them in advance of doing this. But I'm actually pretty happy with the look of those. I think they look quite realistic. Again, a bit of plastic card underneath, to clad the side of the wood, and all it is a piece of plywood that I've put in place. Let's come along and you see the other bridge, see what you think. Again, a bit more graffiti along the side here. So those are the bridges and the retaining walls, and then on this side of the bridges, the new side if you like, I've bought one of these. I think it's a Hornby Scaledale house. I can't remember the name of the house particularly, but quite a nice size detached house. And I've popped inside that. I'll just lift this up so you can see. It's not quite finished yet, but one of the front rooms. This one actually, in addition to having lights, has a TV as well. So that needs to be finished off, and that will be lit. Behind it, I think I'm just going to do a large garden. That's the obvious thing to do with the space here. And then the other side, there we go. I just figured actually a car park of some sort would look good. So the tarmac here is just again made by modelscenery.com. I've printed it off and given it a good varnishing. This is again, it's the same sort of batch, but it's just slightly different colour, and I used a slightly different varnish, and this varnish has come out a bit bit shinier, so I may need to dull it down or do something like that. And the join in between, I've just had to go out with a felt pen. I don't think it looks awful, but I don't think it looks as good as it could do, so I may need to do a bit more on that. And then the idea is I'm going to pop this sort of small industrial unit here, and there'll be some sort of fencing going up to separate it off from the car park. And then moving over onto the other side, at the moment I've just put these houses here to weigh down the tarmac sheeting that I've put in place. I've no idea what I'm going to do there. I mean, it's just a kind of a funny little end, really. If anyone's got any bright ideas, then I'll be all ears to hear them. That would be good. And yeah, the roadway is in place. We've now got a one-way street here, and down this side again I put in some more markings. A few people have asked me where did I get the markings from. They look really good. At the risk of turning this into the sort of one long advert for modelrailwayscenery.com, that's where I got them, and they posted them out. I think they're far superior to, you know, the other things that are available on the market. So yeah, that's the work on the town scene. I've got to say I'm very happy with how this looks. You know, I've had it in my head for a while, but it's the first time I've ever taken on anything quite this sort of complex. But I'm very happy with how it's looking at the moment. So I'll be interested on your thoughts. Now, in addition to the work I've been doing on the layout, I've also got a few new purchases that I'd like to share with you, a few additions. I guess I'm not alone in having gone up to Whalley and managed to spend a few quid up there. But the first editions weren't bought from Whalley. And they're just coming into view now, or should be. They're not a loco, although they are being pulled by the Arriva Trains 57. But finally, we now have some rolling stock to go with the 57. And Hornby have done a good job, I think, of producing some I think they're Mark 3s, Mark 2Es. Anyway, let me just pause it there so you can have a look. They're your standard Hornby coach, in fairness. They're probably not going to have as much detail as some other manufacturers, but I think, you know, to complement the 57, they look good. Now I know there'll be some people out there that'll be saying, well, hold on, you know, you never get these sort of coaches being pulled by a 57. Well, that's fine, but I just think they look really good, and I'm really happy with them. I think we've now got quite a nice, you know, I'm just going to get the 3 carriages to go to 57, and I think that's quite a nice sort of suburban service, which I've been waiting for ages, actually. As I say, I really like the 57. I think the Arriva livery is an attractive one, and I think these do the job very nicely. Thank you very much. Printing of the transfers and what have you in the livery, I think is good and crisp. So yeah, there we go. Okay, the second new addition is a loco which I've bought from Olivia's Trains. It's one of their Olivia's Specials range. I'll be dead honest, I've been pretty underwhelmed with the service from Olivia's Trains. It's the second sort of customised loco that I bought. The first one being the Cable Thieves 57 that I got from R3 Sprays, and the standard of service actually is significantly better from R3 Sprays than from Olivia's, in my opinion. I might have just been unlucky, but I originally ordered this in August, I guess. Saw it on their website and placed an order. Was then phoned and advised that actually the website price was wrong and it was going to cost, I think, an extra 20 quid. But I went ahead and placed the order. And they took the money from the credit card in August, and this item arrived yesterday, so first week in December. Appreciate it's you know, been made specially, but I just don't think it's really on for it to take that long. Anyway, enough of all that. Let's see what you think of the loco. It's a Class 56, and here we are coming into view. There we go. So it's the Colas Rail Artemis 56, running number 56312. It was meant to be weathered and it hasn't been weathered, so that's something that I will do for myself. In addition, one of the buffers at the front had detached at some point during transit, so I had to replace it myself. Anyway, enough of all the gripes. Let's have a look at the model itself and see what you think. I like it because it's unusual and it fits nicely with the modern image layout I've got. I've done a great job there of actually parking it right in front of a signal, so you probably can't see so well. Let me just back it up a bit. There we go. Right, that's probably a bit better for you. So it's the Hornby 56. Was the donor locomotive, which I think is a very good model in any case. As with the 56s, all the Hornby 56s, the overhead fans work. The painting and the print I think is pretty good. It's a bit glossy and a bit shiny, but I think I'm probably just being a bit picky in truth. Not really sure what more to tell you, to be fair, that you can't see from the camera. I think it looks the part, and I'm looking forward to having it on the layout, complementing the modern image rolling stock. Let me know your thoughts on it anyway. In total it cost about 250 quid. I wouldn't spend that money again, however, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Next up we have a Heljan Class 33. This one is 33002, with the name of Sea King in the British Rail Dutch engineers livery. It's the first 33 that I've bought. I'm sure those of you who have already got a 33 would agree that it's a fabulous looking model. Excuse me. I think Heljan have done a really good job on this, and it looks the absolute business. It comes with working headlights. Doesn't actually have tail lights on it. Apparently the prototype didn't have tail lights either. So there we go. But yeah, I think again a very nice looking model, and very pleased with it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to running that with rakes of hoppers and that kind of thing. Okay, next up, and just coming into the station, is another Heljan locomotive, and this is one of the, again, Olivia's trains, 58, running number 58016. Just get it to stop. There we go. So now, I think the only manufacturer to have made a 58 previously was Lima, and obviously tooling and technology has moved on a long way since then. I've not had a Lima 58, so I can't really compare this to it. But what I can say is I think as models go, this is absolutely gorgeous. Possibly, dare I say, not the best looking locomotive ever. I think they're called bones because from above they look a bit like a bone. But I have to say that, again, hats off to Heljan. They have absolutely nailed this, captured the look of the locomotive absolutely perfectly. The livery in EWS I think looks really good. clearly there was other options available, but I just given that most of what I run here is modern, you know, modern day. I felt this was the delivery for me, and I'm very, very happy with it. It's going to need weathering up, but I think I'm just going to give this a bit of a light weathering. I'm not going to go too crazy on it because it looks so good as it is. So yeah, that is the Heljan 58. I might be getting more of these because, as I say, I think they do really look the part. And then my final purchase, which I actually bought from Worley. This is an absolute bargain. It was reduced, I think, to 95 quid. They're normally much more expensive. I've already got one of these in maroon, but it is such a great locomotive that I had to get myself another Class 52 Western. Made by Daypol. I think, if my memory serves me, this actually won Model of the Year last year, and well, quite rightly so, in my opinion. Absolutely fantastic. Daypol have made just a stunning job of this. This one is D1026 with a running name of Western Centurion, and as you can see, it comes pre-weathered. The weathering, let me zoom in so you can get a better look. The weathering is just sublime. I mean, if you, let me see, what can I find something to point it out. There we go. Look, if we look here, just down the sides of the tanks and what have you, it's absolutely superb. And you compare that to some of the weathering jobs that you see on the ready-to-run market, and it absolutely puts them to shame. Just a stunning, stunning, stunning locomotive. Say for 94 quid, I'll be hard pressed to do any better than get this. So very, very happy with it as an addition to the fleet at Caversham Central. Clearly, I'm not going to be running it with all the modern day stock, but I've got you know, those of you who've seen the channel for a while will know that there's a variety of older stock which I can run it with as well. So those are the additions to the layout. I've got my eye on a few other bits and bobs which I hope will be released this side of Christmas. I hope you've enjoyed the update with the work that I've been doing on the layout and the new additions. I'm going to be continuing to crack on and develop the town scene more. So you know, thanks as always for watching. Please feel free to comment and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And I will post another video in the certainly in time for Christmas. Hopefully, at which point this cold will have gone, I'll be feeling a little bit more human. Anyway, I'm off for a lemsip, and I'll see you guys soon.